All right, y'all. Bear with me. I'm still figuring out what I want to use for editing, etc. But I told you, I'ma still be right here. And here I am. What we are about to witness, or lack thereof, is an intentional blackout. They do not want us to see what goes down in real time over these next few days. It was so important that happen, okay? And it also seemed to be really important that the Biden administration take the fall for this blackout that was absolutely desired by the team that's working on this deal, all right? And I'm not taking it back, y'all. There's a lot of pieces that still aren't quite fitting that I think, are going to be revealed once we get clarity. For the time being, the only information getting out is the information that is released on their chosen platforms, where the narrative is 100% what they dictate it to be, and the bots that they have repeat it effortlessly and en masse. My brain just keeps thinking on how this whole meta talk thing, whatever they're working on, whatever they pulled in the back room, is going to be one of the things that comes down as well. I just can't get. I'm trying to understand. While on the one hand, I can perfectly well just see it being a full play, and we all got played by Shu and the talk, and it long game play. I buy that. I do. Um, I feel like there's a disconnect somewhere, and I can't tell if it's intentional or not. I can't tell because yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It seemed interesting to me. I don't understand the point of making it go dark and trying to blame the Biden administration, and even in the little message, right, praising the Dumpty administration. Oh, fortunately, they're willing to work with us. Like, dude, before you went dark, like, we were already seeing all your shit trying to sync with Meta. All of a sudden, the Facebook is on here talking about we work better together and bullshit. Like, it was so much, and then they cut it off. Like, what would be the point of showing that, releasing that? There haven't been any official statements made, but they released that and then cut it off, like a little hint. Hey, here's what's happening, here's what we're doing, here's what's coming, and then cut it off. And they had to know that it wasn't going to be a positive reception, at least from anyone on our end, right? The only people who are going to be fine with this are folks who are already on Twitter and Truth and all. Like, it's not attracting new people. And whatever new people it might be attracting, I promise you they're going to lose way more, because I have zero interest in, I don't care what they're paying, being on the talk if it's owned by any of those people or partnered with any of those people. And newsflash for the folks who are like, well, I'll be down with it as long as I make my money, they will take that away. Just like Meta took away their incentive programs for creators, they will take it away here too, or make it even worse than like it already is after the first time they ramped it down and everyone saw a great decrease. So they're not saving it so that you can make money. They're saving it because they want the data, and they want to control the narratives, and they want this world that is insulated in this bubble. I can't even say world, because it's really just America. They tried to take this to Germany, to France, to Kenya, and everyone else is like, we don't want your fashy fucking shit. Stop it. It's only here where these billionaires literally control every facet of everything, communication, how the information is shared, etc., so that now here we are at their mercy, held in the dark, waiting for information on what the fuck is going down and what is happening. Did we just enter the schmozzy regime, or is there a snap up? And either way, we have to just sit here and fucking wait. And try to figure out the pieces and figure out what makes sense. It's wild. It is wild. But look, folks are connecting on Discord, on Reddit, on subreddits, on the Tubi place. My two main places for folks to catch me would be Tubi Place, Blue Sky. especially to share like fast information. I think right behind that, Clapper is like the next one everyone keeps talking about. I used to have an account there. I don't currently. I could reactivate it. I did reactivate a Discord and a Reddit. So like I'm trying to connect with folks. Feel free to send me a message, shoot me a line, especially on like Blue Sky. We are going to figure this out. Like I said before, we are water, okay? Once the community finds itself, you can't get rid of it. No matter what, we're just going to transform into another version of ourselves and find another way to connect. So it might slow us down for a second, but I have a feeling it won't slow us down for too long. And I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of things come to light when they turn the lights back on, in terms of allowing us to share information. But it is scary. It's scary. The disregard for the livelihood of millions is also a piece that just isn't fitting. I understand it for Team Red. They do that all the time. They don't give two shits about millions of people having nothing. If anything, it benefits them. So it does make sense if they're full red hat that they would have no problem with absconding with all of the funds that are owed to the businesses and the creators. I mean, these people have essentially just cleaned shop. They canceled parade, party, all that shit, raised millions for it. Every major, corporation, all these people who bent the knee and donated millions, that's being pocketed. Okay, nothing is happening and no one's getting refunds. They did that crypto launch, $25 billion in a night. Yes, they can't touch it right away, but again, it sounds and feels like someone that is cleaning the account, running to the safety deposit boxes, scraping for cash in case they have to bug out. That is the vibe I am getting from it. All this concentrated security this is someone who loves pomp, circumstance, bragging, an opportunity to be adored, and all of that. All giving up, none of it makes sense. Unless the things we've been talking about are happening. Then it all makes perfect sense. Absolute perfect sense. So when you add that in the mix, you can see it. That's the only thing that starts to make sense, is if something else is snapping up. And my latest question, and I know I just keep ruminating on it, is exactly where the talk fits in with it. Like, if Romania was correct, well, we know they were correct, but if the talk was active, like malicious, involved, that is such a horse of a different color from if they're the ones that might be flipping. And I honestly can't, I couldn't tell you which one I feel like is more possible. I would buy either one. I fully buy that they're all full red hat. They long gamed us and we didn't see it, and bam, they just pulled their hats on at the last minute, showed us all, and then went dark and said fuck you and left with the money. Maybe, and they're hoping that works, because if the next Dumpty administration gets in, then they'll be backed. So no lawsuit's gonna get to them. They can literally do whatever they want. So I do see that, but I also potentially see, and maybe it's just hopefulness, but could be hopefulness, an opportunity there where they're in there to get the information, or not just get the information, but to get in good with the inner circle. I know how that sounds. It's just Shu is a good pick for that, because he's got ties, he's got the technology that they want, and if he wasn't already on their side, that is bait that they would absolutely take. Here is someone who has the thing that they themselves cannot recreate, and who was saying he didn't want to sell it, and he didn't want to give it to him, and now here he is, willing to work with them because of this looming ban that's happening, and look, I need someone to help me, maybe you guys can help me. Like, you see what I'm saying? That has a little bit of weight to it too. Like, could be wishful thinking. We're not going to find out until, whenever they decide to turn the lights back on, or Monday, Tuesday, whenever we find out if and when what actually happened. But I have a feeling that no matter what, people are kind of fed up in general. And if they really shut off the lights, put a regime in, and everyone wakes up on Tuesday to 100 Heritage Foundation executive orders dismantling the country overnight, I don't think that shutting down TikTok is going to do anything to quell the anger that's going to rise up. I also don't think swooping in to try to save it as a new Meta product is going to help much either. I know I'm not interested. You put Meta on it, I'm not touching it. You put Zucky on it, I'm not touching on it. Muskie, Dumpty, any of them, I'm not touching it. Which again just loops me back to then what's in it for Shu, because he would have to know that. He would have to know that a lot of people, they will lose business over that, rather than so they either just don't care and it was so lucrative that they don't care, or he's the flip. Ugh, this is the part that's going to get me. Okay, but anyway, I am here. Bear with me while I figure out new editing software and, captions and all the fun things we used to get from the talk. I'll have to put on actual foundation more often. But yeah, we're here. Okay. And I will be posting way more, especially as information comes in. Because this is where I can rant a little more easily. I will not be posting on my Meta. I'm trying to delete it. It's giving me a hard time deleting like my threads and stuff for the life of me. It is not letting me do it. So if you add me there or follow me there or message me there, eventually all that Meta stuff is going to go away. Blue Sky, YouTube. If I reactivate my Clapper, I opened a Reddit. I'm on Discord. Everywhere I am, it's the Empress CJJ. If it's not that, then it's the Empress CJJ LLC if someone tried to steal my name. But that's usually what I am everywhere. And I just, wanted to remind y'all that I'm here, we're here, and there's a reason they wanted to turn the lights off for the next few days. And while it's scary, it says a lot. Popcorn and patience.